167-pound class. We are down to the nitty-gritty, so to speak, for River Valley. Bob Hackbart, 27-0 from Heartland Arrowhead, a senior. Marty Loy, River Valley, 29-3-1, a junior. Marty Loy has to not only win this match, but he has to pin Bob Hackbart if River Valley is to tie for the team championship. DC Everest leads it by 6 points, 81-75. That's Marty Loy in the black uniform with the white trim at the right of your screen. At the left, unbeaten in 27 matches. He is wearing blue with black and white trim.
Hackbart's Loy was able to turn and scored the takedown. That was a terrific move.
Marty Loy on top. Oh, out quickly. Good move, Bob Hackbart showing excellent quickness. 2-1. Loy leads it.
Loy's done a real fine job in the tournament on his feet. Also, Hackbart is going to have to be on his feet first, and then he'll have to look for that fall that'll tie the team score between River Valley and Schofield.
Well, he's wrestled very well here in the tournament at the field house. Although he got third at Janesville last week in the sectionals, he actually got surprised.
I've been told that he had the flu last week, Marsh, and actually did not wrestle his last match, just accepted third place. He really was
in the first period at 167 pounds. Bob Hackbart and Marty Loy. Hackbart from Heartland Arrowhead, his coach Andy Marks. He's been there 4 years. And again, the coach at River Valley, Rick Lovinger, looking for his first state champion from that high school. They were ranked #1 by Crossface Magazine in the final high school wrestling title by 6 points. 35 seconds remaining in this match. Loy leads it 2-1.
I'm sure Marty Loy is well aware of the fact that River Valley needs his fall if they're going to tie for that team championship. That's a lot of pressure to put on a junior in high school, Marsh.
Well, it certainly is a big challenge for him because Bob Hackbart is on 11 seconds remaining in the first period. Two seconds, one, that's the end of the first period. 2-1, Loy leads the team. Loy in the down position.
Once again, like most of the River Valley wrestlers, Marty Loy is able to gain his feet and escapes, and the score is now 3-1. I might point out that Bob Hackbart defeated last year's 155-pound runner-up Eric Gunderson from Stoughton in the semifinals, or in the quarterfinals, and then won again 5-3 in the semis. That's pretty tight wrestling to get into the finals of this state final tournament.
Absolutely, and Loy won his quarterfinal match against Mark Conrad of New London 9-2 and beat Jim Fronberry of Brookfield Central this afternoon 9-5. Both young. Loy is just a junior, Hackbart a senior. Loy leads at 3-1 right now with 1:15 remaining in the second period.
That's really a test of a young man's mental poise to be in the state championship finals the first time that you're in the tournament. I really think that these two young men can be complimented to go all the way to the finals their first year in the tournament.
Well, this was one of the things they said about River Valley coming in here with their wrestlers. None of them had been really to the tournament. A couple of them lost in the first round last year, but they lacked the experience.
You'll note referee Gene Harms has just warned Marty Loy from River Valley for stalling. Apparently, Gene Harms did not feel that he was working hard enough to secure a takedown and was merely protecting.
Remaining in the second period, Loy leads at 3-1. Your Wisconsin bankers remind you that your money does more working through a full-service bank. .33 seconds remaining in the second period. Marty Loy of River Valley, Bob Hackbart of Heartland Arrowhead.
Neither of the young men are really aggressive enough, Marsh, and I feel that it's going to cost them. Gene Harms is the type.
Well, both of these young men know each other because they both were in the Badger Wrestling School the last 2 years, so it's tough to wrestle when you face somebody before and you know what they're going to do.
Very difficult, Marsh. Sometimes it just comes down to who has the better day or who's the most mentally ready on that particular evening.
We're just about out of time in the second period. Pitcher's mound, and they're making a decision now probably on where they're going to have a sandwich after the matches tonight. 1 second remaining.
That's absolutely right. That's exactly what referee Orville Britton.
Very costly. Now it's 3-2. Loy leads it. And if Hackbart can get out of there or reverse him, we'll see a change in the point total. Loy trying to put him down. Third and final period. Tries to switch.
It'll be interesting to see what Marty Loy's strategy is now, whether or not he's going to try to control Bob Hackbart and win 3-2, or whether or not he'll release him and try to take him down again. He has scored 1 takedown, but he has also lost a stalling point on his feet.
I don't think he gave him that point, but he got it anyway. Now it's 3-3. Whoever gets the next takedown is probably going to be the winner at 167 pounds.
Something we neglected to mention, Marsh, when Marty Loy was penalized 1 point, Bob Hackbart was also warned for stalling. So the next stalling warning on either of them, or the next stalling call, will result in a point for the other wrestler.
1:15 on the clock in the third and final period tonight, but that could happen.
Yes, it could.
Marty Loy of River Valley. Bob Hackbart of Heartland Arrowhead. We're under a minute, 54 seconds remaining, and they're off the mat.
You'll note, Marsh, the two mat judges again looking across the mat at each other. Orville Britton really likes to see the young men work, and he probably calls stalling as tough as anyone in the state. He's one of the mat judges, and Gene Harms likes to keep him busy too, so I think it would be wise of both of these young men if they picked up the action a little bit.
35 seconds remaining in the third and final period. Bob Hackbart takes the shot but doesn't get any leg, and they're off the mat again. He needs a pin here for River Valley to tie for the team championship, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. 20 seconds left. If somebody can get a takedown here in the final seconds of the third and final period, they'll win it. Well, they're pushing each other now. It's just a battle of strength. Loy tries to turn him. 5 seconds.
I think we're going to have an overtime, Marsh.
That's it. Time has run out, and we're going to our...
The first period will be 1 minute, and both wrestlers will be on their feet. The next two periods will also be 1 minute, with the referees, or with the wrestlers being on the mat.
Marty Loy along with Coach Rick Lobinger, and Rick's telling them to go underneath. There's a good shot of the River Valley crowd.
The only thing is it's 1-1-1 rather than 2-2-2.
They shake hands at the center of the mat. 167 pounds, Marty Loy of River Valley, Bob Hackbart of Heartland.
I think you'll see a noticeable pickup in the action now, Marsh, with the aggressiveness being such a factor.
Hackbart in with the leg, but Loy leans back and leans on top of Hackbart and breaks it. They're close to the edge of the mat. I'd have to say that Hackbart seems to be the more aggressive right now. He's taking a leg. If they're tied at the end of the overtime, it will be a referee's decision. Now, does he consult with the mat judges, or will it be his own decision?
No, it'll be his own decision now. Actually, we use a criterion here in Wisconsin, and it's pretty much decided unless it's a 0-0 tie. Then the referee has to decide it himself.
10 seconds remaining in the first period. Well, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention, Coach, that the University of Wisconsin will host 10th-ranked Oklahoma tomorrow afternoon here at the field house, and it'll be Lee Kemp Day, the defending Big Ten champion the last 2 years. I imagine quite a few of these state high school wrestling fans will stay over tonight for that match also.
We certainly hope so, because as you well know, a crowd can inspire an athletic team beyond their normal limits.
Tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, 4th-ranked Wisconsin, 10th-ranked Oklahoma, and it'll be Lee Kemp Day. Second period of overtime, 167 pounds, Marty Loy of River Valley, Bob Hackbart of Heartland. And Hackbart is trying to get out. Loy gets behind, and he can clasp his hands when they're on their feet.
There's something very important to remember here now, Marsh. If Bob Hackbart is able to escape, he will have scored the first point, and he just did escape. That's a very important first point, because if Marty Loy does the same thing in the third period and there are no stalling warnings, Bob Hackbart will win because he scored the first point.
25 seconds remaining in the second period of overtime at 167 pounds. Hackbart's in again. He's gone for
Has been warned, Marsh. It may have been both of them, but a stalling warning has been given, and that's very, very important also.
10 seconds remaining in the second period of overtime. That's Loy on the left of your screen. Bob Hackbart on the right. We've got 1 minute of wrestling remaining. Well, without a doubt, DC Everest is going to win the team championship with 81 points. Because it would take a pin by Marty Loy here in the next 55 seconds for them to win the team title, and Loy is having enough problems right now as he trails 1-0. And he gets a point. Now it's 1-1, and as you said, Hackbart escaped first in the second period inning.
And I do believe that that was a double stalling warning, which means that at this point in time, if nothing changes, Bob Hackbart will be the winner, and it appears as though Marty Loy knows that, because he's really aggressive.
Well, Marty Loy got in on a leg, and he was trying to pull Hackbart back on the mat, and the referee called him for being off the mat with 25 seconds remaining. Hackbart is unbeaten, 27-0. Loy gives up a leg. Hackbart has the leg with 17 seconds remaining. Loy fighting him off. 10 seconds remains on the clock. It's 1-1. Loy shoots for the leg and misses. And they're off the mat with 5 seconds. There's time for one more shot.
There's a big 5 seconds here, Marsh, and that's about what he's got time for.
Well, that's it. That's it. And on the strength of the takedown in the second period that he got first, or the escape, I should say, by what you said, the winner should be Bob Hackbart.
I'm certain that that was a double warning. The looks on the faces of both the coaches indicate to me that it was. And if what we assume is true, Bob Hackbart is the 1978 167-pound Wisconsin State High School champion.
Well, we'll find out in just a second. You'll hear the eruption here in the field house. The winner, Bob Hackbart of Heartland Arrowhead, his 28th victory against no losses.